All right, you guys, welcome to class. My name is Teacher Chad. This hour we are going to be practicing our speaking. We'll be talking a little bit today about productivity. Basically the way that the class will work is we'll have a series of questions that we'll be going through with the class. We'll just go on down the line. When you answer a question, I'll be taking notes and I'll give you some feedback on grammar and pronunciation, or depending on what you say and how you say it. Okay. So that's the idea for the class this hour. The link. I think I already placed the link in the chat box or in the class materials section. If you don't have it, let me give it to you one more time. There it is. Okay, you can open it up on your own computer if you so desire. And there we go. All right, let's see who we have in class so far. Hi there, Saud. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Nice to have you here.
How are you doing, Chad?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you. Hi there, Kate. How are you? Hello, Kate? Nope, no Kate. How about Amparo? Hi there, Amparo. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Very good. Very good. And let's see here. Ali, how are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to have you here. Awesome. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get rolling. Let me come over here. Okay, so I got that. Very good job. Okay. All right. We have some other people that have joined in. Hi there, Ibek. How are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. Anna, how are you, Anna?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And you?
Very good. I'm doing great. Thank you. Let's see, Vincenzo. Hi, Vincenzo.
Hi, teacher. Hear me, teacher? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. All right, Vincenzo, welcome to class. Good to have you here.
Thank you, teacher. Nice to meet you, teacher.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Alexander, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Very good, very good. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get rolling. We're going to start off with Ibek this hour. All right, the questions are here on the board. We'll have multiple people answering the same question. I'll probably do 2 or 3 people per question. When you're answering, I'll probably give you about a minute to 2 minutes, and then I'll be taking notes as you're speaking. If you go on for too long, I will stop you because we have multiple people in the class. Okay, very good. So. Ibek, let's take a look at this first question here. Are you a motivated person, or do you wait until the last minute to do things? And tell me why.
I think I'm a motivated person.
Okay.
Because I try to do everything on time, and the second thing I always try to do everything right and do everything with some of idea, and I have ambitious, and I want to reach my ambitious, and think about the way how I could reach that. I could reach my ambitious and do action.
Okay, very good. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's see here. Okay, very nice. Let's take a look at some grammar. I'm going to go over to the Google chat, you guys, because apparently every time I use the other chat box, nothing is working. So I'll be there putting in the notes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. So here on this first one, you said with some of idea. Okay. Here you want to say with an idea. Okay. If you want to use some, okay, so with an idea. If you want to use some, you have to say with some sort of idea. Okay, sort of like that. With some sort, with some sort of an idea. You always have to have an in there. So, but if you use some, that's how you would need to do it. So with some sort of an idea. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one. Always I have ambitious. Okay. All right. So you can be ambitious. Ambitious is the adjective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ambitious is the adjective. Ambition is the noun. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
and always we want to place that in between our subject and our verb. Okay. I always have ambition would be our correct answer.
Okay.
Okay, always have ambition. I think about the way how I could reach my we already know that needs to be ambition now. Okay, so I think about how. Okay, I think about how I can reach my ambition. Okay, so instead of putting the way in there, I would probably take that out. Okay, or you could say I think about. Yeah, I would remove away. Okay, the way. So think about how I can reach my ambition would probably be the best answer. Okay, so taking out the way there, and then the last one, how I can do action. Okay, what were you meaning there? So you said I think about how I can do action. Are you talking about how you can act or how you can perform, or what were you?
Yes. I mean how to perform.
Okay, how to perform the action or how to complete something. Okay, yeah. So you probably want to use that instead of saying how I can do action. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Good. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. How about Alexander? Alexander, are you a very motivated person, or do you wait until the last moment or minute to get to do things?
Actually, it depends on their situation, what kind of situation, what kind of purposes and tasks I have. For example, if I need to do, some unnecessary task that can be waited for, for the last day, yes, I can postpone that thing to the last day, and then I will do that. But if it is very necessary thing that I set for myself, that I set so big, I don't know. I will start it immediately from at that moment that I set it, and yes. So as I've already said, it depends on the situation, and if it is very necessary and essential thing or task, yes, I will be very motivated and ambitious to overcome that.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Let's take a look here. So we have one pronunciation, and then one sentence that I want to look at. Your grammar was pretty good. Okay. So first up, the first word you said unnecessary. Okay. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary.
Necessary.
Yeah, so it's an air sound at the end, unnecessary. Okay, the last one you said that can be waited for the last day. Okay, now here I think you said something. So if it's something that I can wait, I can wait to do until the last day maybe, or if it's something that I can wait to complete until the last day. So I would probably use until instead of saying for the last day. Okay.
Until.
Yeah. So. If it is something that I can wait here, and we'll probably say wait to do. Wait to do until the last day, something like that. Would make just a little bit more sense. But
I'm sorry, is it correct? Is it correct to say in that case in passive voice?
You can if you want. You can switch anything around. Yeah.
Okay. So
it's not necessary. Yeah, I mean passive voice isn't necessary. You can have active voice and passive voice. You can choose one or the other. One is not necessarily more correct than the other. It's just the way that you want to say it in that moment. Okay, but yeah, it's not necessary. But yeah, this either way would be fine. Okay. Yeah. Overall though, yeah, your grammar was pretty good in what you were saying.
Thank you.
Okay, good. All right, let's see here, Ali. Okay, how about you? Are you a very motivated person, or do you wait until the last minute to do things?
I don't like to wait until the last minute. Usually, I am a motivated person. I like to do everything on time. Yes, I think I am a motivated person.
Okay. Why? Why do you think you are this way? Is it something that you learned? Is it something that you were taught?
It's like an habit. I don't know. Long time since my childhood, I am this kind of person, and I like to do everything on time. Maybe I want to make a guarantee. If you wait until the last time, you can miss something. Maybe you can fail. It's a kind of risk for me.
Okay, it's a kind of risk, not doing something on time or not something like that. Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, especially it's about my work. You know, we have a lot of deadline. We have to, for example, finish some work until 23rd or 24th every month. If you don't finish the work until that day, you will receive a fine.
Oh, really?
Or your customer, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe that's why I used to do everything before deadline.
Okay. So that you don't have to pay extra money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe something going wrong about your work. For example, if I wait until the last minute, you think if you don't have electricity or you don't have internet connection, if there is a problem, you can't finish your work on time, and you will receive the fine.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's best to get things done before the time, so you don't receive that fine, right?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Good. Cool. Yeah. That's. I didn't want you to stop talking after you said like 5 words, and so I wanted you to talk just a little bit more. So that's why I was asking you questions. It's like, okay, all right. If that's all you want to say, then that's fine. But I wanted to see if you could talk some more. So good. All right. Let's take a look here. So first up, okay, instead of saying an habit, okay, it's just going to be a habit. It's like a habit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So and would not be necessary there. Okay. Okay, long time since my childhood, I am this kind of person. Okay, so here we need, so I would probably start off with the subject here saying, I have been this kind of person since my childhood. Okay, using present perfect, because we're talking about from the time you were a child up until now. So it started in the past, and it's still true today. the duration of time. Okay, so I have been this kind of person since my childhood. Plus, since is going to be an indicator word for the need to use present perfect. Okay. Next here, especially about my work. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed about you, Ali, is when you're speaking, you're doing free speaking, you like to use the word about. Okay, you like to use the word about when you need to use words like regarding or with. Okay, so I have two that are here. There's you said especially about my work, and then maybe something going wrong about your work. Okay, in the first one, it should be especially regarding my work, or especially when it has to do with my work. Okay, but I would probably use regarding on that one. So especially regarding my work. Okay, and then the last one, maybe something going wrong about your work. Okay, so first up, when you're using going or any gerund verb, you have to check and see, number one, if you have a preposition before the verb to use the ing. If there's no preposition, you need the verb to be in front of it. Okay, maybe you said it, but it was very hidden. Okay, so maybe something is going wrong with your work is probably better.
Yes.
Okay, so take a look at the use of about. Okay, when we would use it and when we don't use it. Because I heard some of the same things yesterday when we were talking, and you were using about continuously. Okay, when you were talking about your work. Okay, last one here. We have a lot of deadline. If you have a lot of something, it is more than one, so it needs to be pluralized. So we need to say deadlines.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, nice job, Ali. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Let's go to Amparo. Let's see, Amparo. What technology helps you to be productive these days?
Well, definitely, I think it's the computer.
Okay.
Because it permits me to be faster in some activities that we used to take more time to develop when we didn't have the computer. But I think that depends on the person. What is going to, if technology helps or not to you, depends on how familiar you are with the technology.
Okay. All right. And what's so is the computer your favorite piece of technology that helps you then? Or do you have other things? So the computer is?
Yes, the computer is, for me, it's a computer. But what with people that doesn't know how, they don't know how to work with a computer, probably is going to be it's not going to be an efficient tool, because maybe you are in front of them and the computer and you don't know what to do. So probably you do develop your job in a former way, and you can do it faster.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay, good. Now you had a couple of times. When you were saying something, and then you corrected yourself. I was like, oh man, okay. So I had to erase it, and then yeah. So it was two times where I was writing into something, then you went back and erased it. That's okay. That's what I want you to do. So it's okay to say something wrong as long as you go back and you fix it. Okay. So yeah, that was really cool. So here, I have 2 lines for you. Okay. The first one. You said if technology helps or not to you. Okay, so if it depends on the situation whether or not technology helps you or not. Okay, so we say helped you or not is the how we would place those words. Okay. Now, okay, so so whenever you say in a certain way or whatnot, okay, have that be a trigger for you to go, bing, I need to use an adverb. Okay, some sort of adverb needs to be used in that situation instead of saying in a blank way. Okay, so maybe you developed your job in a former way if you're not using a computer. Okay, how could we reorganize that sentence? So instead of using in a former way, okay, we use an adverb. What do you think?
Maybe you develop your job.
Think of what do you mean by former? Maybe you slowly develop your job, or you slowly do something, okay, or
in an older method.
Okay, using a different method.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a traditional, just like well, instead of use a computer, or you just still use a calculator, or just you, for example, or just write the numbers and do the manually.
Okay, this would be whoops, antiquated.
Antiquated.
Yeah, and so developing something. Okay, so that would be like an antiquated, but we don't want to say in an antiquated way. Okay, we want to use an adverb in that instance. Okay, so so maybe you would do your job. Okay, antiquatedly. Okay, so adding "ly" at the end of that. Okay, antiquatedly. And meaning that you're using the old methods from before. Okay, so whenever you have a phrase like that, when you're saying in a certain kind of way, use an adverb. Figure out another way to use an adverb, because we do not say that something is done in a certain way.
I didn't have the adverb in my mind.
Yeah, well, there's two reasons for that. Because you want to say it in a certain way, okay, in a blank way, okay, and because of that, you're not thinking that you need to be using an adverb, okay. But now that you know, see if you can start working on that. See if you can, when you come to that part of the phrase or the sentence, go, this needs to be an adverb. Okay, well let me say this, and then let me figure out what kind of adverb I could use instead of saying that something is done in a certain way, right? Okay, good job. Thank you. All right, Anna.
Okay.
How about you? What technology helps you to be more productive?
When it doesn't go awry, the computer helps me a lot, because it's quicker to make tables, charts, and to write things using the computer than if those things were handmade. Besides the computer, all of those gadgets that we have in our home help us to be more productive, because by using the dishwasher, I avoid taking a lot of my time up washing the dishes, and I can do something else. Okay.
Okay, so having these other gadgets and things like that in the house helps you be more productive, because you can set something to have it done, and then you can go off and do something else. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you remember when life wasn't like that? Did you grow up with a dishwasher?
I grew up with all technologies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I grew up without a dishwasher in some cases. Okay, when my second house where my parents lived, we had one. Okay, but yeah,
right.
And then now in my house in Honduras, no dishwasher. It's terrible, right? But it is what it is. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Crap. Okay. Here we go. All right, so a couple of pronunciation things here before we get into the grammar. First up, you have to watch out for the words that end with an E, because you really enjoy pronouncing the E at the end of the word, even though in English they are silent. So with words like because and time, you were saying because-y and timey. Okay, so remember, those E's at the end of words are silent. Okay, okay. Your grammar was actually pretty good when you were speaking. Okay, I only found one that was really off, and it was really just because of the last word that you used. You said, then if those things were handmade. Okay, if something is handmade, okay, that means that it is created from your hands, like made of wood or something like that. Okay, what you were referring to is that if you use the computer to create a chart or something like that, it's done on the computer. If you don't do it, then it's done by hand. Okay, so you see how I have that in parentheses there? Handmade means something is created for use or whatnot, like a pot or a chair or a table. That would be handmade. Okay, but homework, instead of typing it with your fingers, you do it by hand. It's done by hand. That means writing, using a pencil or some sort of writing tool. That's what done by hand means. Okay. The last one, gadgets. Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to. I had the word in my head, but now I can only think of the Spanish word. Instead of gadgets in the house, gadgets would be, just kind of funny tools that we would use. What you're referring to is like the electrical domestics. I can't think of the word in English, but the words are the domestic. Oh goodness gracious! So the electrical items that you use, like the microwave. Can anybody think of that in Amparo? Do you know the word in English? Los electrodomésticos. The electric domestic, the electronics inside the house. I can't think of it.
Artifacts?
No, appliances. Ha, got it.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Took me forever. Yeah, so.
We're thinking in Spanish.
I was thinking in Spanish, and every time I thought of it, I was like, golly, what's the word? Okay, so they're instead of gadgets inside the house, they're called appliances. Okay? Very good. Very good. All right. Okay, nice job, Anna. Let's go to Paco. All right, Paco, let's see here.
Yes.
Okay, do you think that some people are more productive because of genetics or how they were raised? Okay, meaning, were they born being a productive person, or did it take them going to school and having their parents teach them or teachers teach them how to be productive? How do you think that happens?
Well, I think it must be, it can be a mix of both items. You can you are born with some genes that can make you more or less productive, more or less active, but in the school or in your personal life, growing up, you learn how to develop yourself as well. I think it's definitely must be a mix of both.
Okay, fair enough. Pretty good job with your grammar, Paco. And really, there was only one thing that I heard, and you were really concentrating well in making sure that you were saying things correctly. That was great. The only thing that I noticed here is the article "the" being used in front of school. We don't need it. Okay, so in school. Okay, so when in school or in your personal life, Okay, if you say at school, now that would be okay as well. You could say at school. Now, now remember though, in the United States, school represents all schools. It could be elementary school, middle school, high school, even university. We call university school.
Yeah.
Okay, so any one of those we call that school, so it's fine. You can say, well, at school you learn how to do it, or in school you learn how to do it. Either one is okay, but we do not need the article the.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. Okay, unless the only time we would need that is if I know what school you're talking about, okay, and you know what it is, and you're telling me, oh, I need to take this to the school later today, okay, or something like that. That way I know exactly which school you're talking about, your school that you go to.
Yeah.
Okay, or whatever school we were referring to, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, the other two that I have on here are pronunciations. Okay, the first one, you said items. That's going to be I, items.
Items.
A long I sound. Items.
Items.
Okay, and the other one is develop. The stress is in the middle there. Instead of develop, okay, it's develop, like so.
Develop.
Mm-hmm. Develop.
Develop. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Nice job, Paco. Very good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. Saud, what do you think? Do you think that some people are more productive because of genetics or how they were raised?
Actually, many people think the people will be protective by their genetics, but this is not the truth. I think they are very protective by their impacted environment which they were raised in, especially schools, what kind of education that have had gotten and since they were a child, and also the family members, they will improve their productivity, and if there is a good model exemplary in their family member that should be followed, it will impact him to be succeeded for his life. This is what I think.
Okay, very good. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, let's check this out. Okay. All right, so first one here. Okay, you had said we are productive by our environment, which they are raised. Okay, or they were raised. Okay, so they are. Okay, so instead of saying productive by, okay, I would probably use become. Okay, we become productive. Okay, depending on the environment. Okay, and then we're going to say in which, okay, they are raised. Okay, so let me do that here. So they become productive depending on the environment in which they were raised. Productivity. Okay, something like that. It was a pretty complex sentence. Yeah, you were speaking pretty intelligently. It was pretty great. Okay, but yeah, we want to reorganize some of those things and probably use become. Okay, so changing from one thing to another. That's the verb that we use. Okay, they become productive depending on. Okay. What kind of education had gotten since they were a child? Okay, so here you didn't use your subject until the very, very end. Okay, so remember our formula that we want to use, having our subject first. Subject, then verb, then our direct object and complement. Okay, then we can figure out where we're going to put our adverbs and adjectives, but we at least want to start off with the subject first. Okay, what kind of education? They, okay, so you can say what kind of education, and then they had gotten since they were a child. Okay, maybe you just skipped over it or forgot about it, but yeah, so you would need to have they in front of the verb had gotten. Okay, next one, familiar members. Okay, we actually just say family. Family members. Okay, familiar means that something is like recognizable, or I know what it is. Something is familiar to me, like my neighborhood. My neighborhood is familiar to me. I know where everything is at. Okay?
I said family, but maybe.
Nope, you said familiar. You said familiar members.
Okay.
All right. Okay, the next one here is you had said fellowed. Okay, followed. Okay, that's going to be an ah sound at the very beginning. Followed. Okay, with that word. After that, okay, we'll invite him to be succeeded in his life. Okay, so you're talking about if there's a family member that they can follow, that this person can follow. Okay, they will invite him to be instead of succeeded. Okay, it's probably going to be successful, is what you're meaning. Okay, to be successful. Now, I probably wouldn't use the verb invite either. I would probably say they will help him. Okay, so if they were setting an example, okay, is what this would be, setting an example for the person to be successful in his life. Okay, so he'll help him to be successful in his life is probably what I would say here. In his life. Okay. All right. Nice job, Sal. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. Let's go to Vincenzo.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Hello. Okay, Vincenzo. How can people improve their productivity? What do you think?
For me, I think that people can improve their activity by planning their actions in advance. I think it's a good method in order to improve the activity. When you think in advance what you have to do, and you can also put this action in a piece of paper on your smartphone, I think it can improve a lot your activity, your life. For this, I think the use of smartphone is a good use in order to reach this goal. Sometimes yes, I use the computer in order to remember me what I have to do, and in this way I can solve the problem in time. Because sometimes, you know, it's better to write down what you have to do than to remember it. Sometimes your memory can fail, no? And I think also computer can have, because today we have a lot of things that we have to do, and always a computer is a mine of can I say, of mind of thinking, a mind of information. Yes, There is also my dog. This is disturbing. But yes, I think this way, teacher.
Okay. All right. Very good. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Going through. Okay. Okay. So first up, I think you said directions. Okay. So you can improve your productivity by planning directions in advance. Is that what you were meaning, Vincenzo?
Planning actions.
Okay, planning actions. Okay, I heard it come out as directions. Yeah. Okay, so planning actions in advance. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right. Next here, you can improve a lot the activity in your life. Okay. So we need to move a lot around so you can improve the activities in your life a lot. Okay. More than likely, or by doing this, you can improve your activities in your life a lot. Something like that, maybe. But yeah, a lot is in the wrong place. You can improve your activities in your life a lot. Okay. Next one here. I use the computer to remember me what I have to do. Okay. So instead of saying remember me, it's going to be remind me. Okay.
No?
So we use something to help us it reminds us to do something. Okay. To remind me what to do. And the last one, yeah, because if you don't, your memory can fail. I would probably use you at the end of it. Your memory can fail you. Okay. So I would place you after fail. Okay. See your memory can fail you. Okay.
Hello,
all right,
teacher.
Nice job, Vincenzo. Nice job, Vincenzo. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Who is this? Dolphin. Okay, that looks like either Russian or Ukrainian.
Ivan, Ukrainian.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. It's Ivan.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to class. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Let's tackle the first question here on this one. So, who is the most productive person you know? And this is personally, and why are they so productive?
Okay, I will try to answer. So the most productive person I know is my boss. He is an engineer. He is very intelligent person with a wide variety of different hobbies. He mastered the computer as well as programs related to PC. So he can organize orders and report or request by internet, not even leaving his working place. Working with PC and his experience help to him carry out a number of tasks at a time, thus economing his time as well as energy. So that's all.
Okay. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see here. Okay. Whoops. Where you at? There you are. Okay. So first one you said he is very intelligent person.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're missing an article here. So what I want you to think of, okay, and I was talking a little bit with Alexander about this the other day. When you want to use words like prepositions to help trigger you, okay, to help you remember when to use articles, not the nouns, but the prepositions like in, on, at, of, from, okay, things like that. Okay. Now the other thing is linking verbs. Linking verbs like is, seems, appear. Okay. So with those, especially after is, okay, stop and think. Okay, am I using a noun? Okay. Okay. He is here because I'm using a noun. Okay, as well as an adjective. He is a very intelligent person. Okay, so that's typically when you're going to have to add an article. So after the verb to be, doesn't matter which form it's in. Okay, but if you're using it in this form and you're describing someone, okay, place it right after the verb to be. Okay,
Yeah.
Is a very intelligent person. Okay, adding that article in there. Okay, the other part here. Okay, you were talking about his abilities, and so he has the ability to organize or create orders, I think is what you had said from what I remember. Okay, and then you said by internet. Okay,
Yes.
I would probably say by using the internet.
Correct.
Okay, so by using the internet. Okay, and then I would say, and he doesn't even have to leave his workstation, okay, or his office or whatever. By working place, did you mean his office or his desk, or did you mean the whole building itself? What did you mean by working place?
Desk.
Okay, desk. Okay, so by using the internet, okay, and he doesn't even have to leave his desk. Okay, that's probably how I would finish that up. Okay.
Yes.
All right, good job. Nice job. And it's Ivan, right?
Yeah, Ivan.
Ivan. Okay, great. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, very good. Let's go to Ibek.
Yes.
All right, Ibek, let's see here. Do you think people today work harder than their parents?
In my opinion, if I talk in example of me and my parents, if I compare their work and mine, I think my parents worked harder, and because I'm like a son and youngest, and I'm lazy, and and the technologies that wasn't in their time, we have in our days the technologies, and we can work easy, and we could work faster than they did that job that we are doing right now.
Okay, all right, very good. Let's see here. Okay. 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 Okay, so three things here for you. How come that's not going through? Just moving slowly. Okay. So at the beginning you said if I talk in example to me, okay. Okay. So here I'll probably say if I am speaking about myself and my parents, okay, something like that. So if I'm speaking, you could say talking as well, but we just need to use it in a different form. If I'm talking about myself or my parents, or if I'm speaking about myself and my parents. What's going on here? Or my parents, something like that. Okay. Next one. What's your pronunciation of worked? Okay. So you had said worked. Remember, the ed equals a t sound. Okay. So when we pronounce the word, it's worked. Okay. Last one. Technology that wasn't in their time. Okay. So we need to add an extra word after wasn't, saying that wasn't around or wasn't available in their time. Okay, so wasn't around or available in their time. Okay, nice job, Ibek. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Alex, how about you? Do you think people today work harder than their parents?
Yes, and because the progress doesn't stop, we and our generation, in my opinion, is working harder, and maybe yes, we have some substitution, you know, like supplies, gadgets, cell phones, computers, but the main work, like to think, to create something new, to invent, is increasingly becoming more and more, and as times go on. So our parents had more work at the weekends, but I'm sorry, I know, and the bottom line is that as we work harder and we have more work than they had, and because the progress doesn't is not stopping, and so I think that
All right, very good. Let's take a look here. So I've got 3 things for you. Oh, come on, Google. Well, it looks like my Google has frozen. All right, so okay, the first one here, you said we in our generation is working harder. Okay, so instead of is, okay, we in our generation are working harder. Okay. Now the other thing you said is at the weekend. Okay. Now do realize that in the UK they say at the weekend. In the United States we say on the weekend. Okay. So it's a difference of prepositions there. Okay. So yeah, if you're in the United States and you say at the weekend, it might rub us a little funny. Okay. The last one you said the progress is not stopping. Okay. So first off, we wouldn't need the article in front of progress. Okay. It would just be progress in general. Okay. Progress isn't stopping, and that would be okay. Okay. All right. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Ali. Okay. Ali, what are some things you want to do but you don't have time for?
Okay. First of all, I want to travel, but I don't have time for travel. I like to see different countries, maybe different people and different cultures. But I have to work, and every month I have to be in my office in specific times every month. And so I don't have a long holiday, for example 2 weeks or 3 weeks for going. Oh, picture is done. And I have a visitor, sorry.
Teacher has disappeared. Teacher, where are you? Hey, teacher, where are you?
What's going on? Amparo?
Yeah.
Where is the teacher?
I don't know. I suppose his computer again.
That's the question. Where is the teacher?
Oh, it was my turn. I am lucky.
Well, I think we better go because it's about the time to finish.
We had 3 minutes. Maybe. Oh,
He's back.
he's back. Yes.
Here's the teacher.
Yeah, it totally kicked me out. Okay, so I got Ibek. I got up to no, I'm sorry, Ali. Well, you were saying that you like to travel, but you don't have enough time to do so.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your final thought on that?
I think I wish I have much time for travel. If I have time, I like to travel.
Okay. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Okay. All right, so when you're saying for, okay, there's very rare times that we like to use for plus a verb. Okay, you want to say I don't have time for traveling. Okay, is how you want to state that. Okay, so I don't have time for traveling. Okay, next one. If you say that something is different, okay, you're meaning two different things, right? And so you have to use a plural form there, saying different cultures.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to get to know different cultures or something like that. Okay, and that would be okay, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's see here. If you guys want to hang out, I can go through the rest of you guys, and then take a break. But yeah, if you want to go to another class, that's fine as well. Amparo, same question for you. What are some things you want to do but don't have time for?
Well, I would like to have time for learning maybe another language and try to practice it a little more the English that is why what I am learning now. And but I think that I have to finish with one of them and then start the other, because then I am going to have a mess on my head. But yeah, probably something, yeah, that I want to do.
Okay.
In the future.
All right, very good. Let's take a look here. Okay, so you said try to practicing English a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in this instance, we're not to wouldn't be, or try to wouldn't be considered a prepositional phrase. It's not like used to or accustomed to. So in those situations, I could say, yeah, I'm used to practicing English every day, or I'm accustomed to practicing English every day. That's when we would have to plus the ing form of the verb. But in this situation, we won't. So try to practice English a little more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Try to practice. Okay, and then after that, then start the another. Okay, so I'll take off and. It's just going to be then start the other. And start the other. Okay, because before you had mentioned that you wanted to learn another language. Okay, so you mentioned that means one other. And so now I know, okay, you're learning English, you're learning this one. So that's two. So in this instance, you have one language and then the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
Okay. Anna, how about you? What are some things that you want to do but don't have time for?
Okay. I wish I had time to work out a bit more, to learn how to play an instrument, maybe piano or something like that. But I have to prioritize things, you know. And now I I've been dedicating my time to learn English, and I have to work as well. So it has been taking a lot of my time up.
Okay.
And I also would like to travel a bit more if I were allowed to go on vacation more than once per year.
Okay. All right, very good. Let's take a look here. Your grammar was pretty good as you were speaking. First up, I think the first and the second one have to do with pronunciation mainly. So the first one, instead of prioritize, it's pry. It's a long I sound. Prioritize things. So I just have to prioritize things. Okay.
Prioritize.
Yeah, long I sound. Long I. Okay. The next one, you said, so it has been taken a lot of my time up. Okay. So here you do want to say taking. It has been taking, taking, and then with this phrasal verb, you can separate it, but in this situation, I probably wouldn't separate it, and I'm referring to taking up. Okay, so if it were me and I were going to naturally say this phrase or this sentence, I would say it has been taking, with an E sound, taking up a lot of my time. Okay, so make sure that when you say taking, it's an E, a long E sound. You're really pushing your tongue to the top of your mouth instead of saying taken. Taken a lot of time up. Okay, it's taking. Has been taking a lot of my time up. Okay?
So it has been taking up a lot of my time.
Exactly. Just like that. Okay? Very good. All right, and Paco, last question for you. What's the biggest waste of time for you? What's something that you like to do that you just go, oh, I'm going to sit down and just do this and just waste time doing it?
Oof. I don't know. I don't know. I waste time. I waste a lot of time along the day. Starting when I wake up, I spend at least 15-20 minutes to get up, and so on in the day. I think I'm a bit lazy.
Okay.
I'm a bit lazy, but all my all the works I have to do, I do, and my house is tidy and clean, but I waste a lot of time along the day. Yes, I'm not very productive.
All right. Okay, give me 1 second here. Here we go. Okay. So, okay, at the very beginning you said, I spend 15-20 minutes to get up. Okay. Now, in between 15 and 20, you want to say 2. Okay? I spend 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. And then instead of saying to get up, we say getting up.
Getting up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. After spend, we usually use the ing form of the verb. Okay. We spent time getting to know each other the other day. We spent time eating pizza together. We spent time drinking beers Sunday afternoon. Okay. So we use the ing form. Okay. All the works I have to do, I do. Okay? Instead of saying all the works I have to do, everything. Okay? Everything I have to do, I do.
Yes, yes, yes. It sounds better.
Okay, good. And next one here. I waste a lot of time along the day. Instead of along, we want to say during.
During the day.
During the day. Okay?
Okay, okay.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for sticking around. I'm glad I didn't have a class after this, and I could keep going.
Okay.
So, all right, very cool. We'll see you later. All right, take care. Bye.
See you. Bye.